Hello, welcome along to our first ever midweek Chairboys Not Live. My name's Dan Simpson, thank you so much for watching. This is a big deal for me. I grew up near Reading and back in school, I'll be honest, no one really cared about Wycombe Wanderers. Everyone was a fan of, Man United and Chelsea. I'm not sure they really knew there were more than 20 teams in England, to be honest with you. That was until about, 14 years ago now, when Reading first got promoted to the Premier League. And then suddenly, overnight, they all came crawling out of the woodwork. Everyone was suddenly a Reading fan, as if from nowhere, and they weren't even smart about it. They made out like they were Reading fans for years and years and years back in the Elm Park days. And I'll be honest, it wound me up. And I've waited a long time for this day. It's been an absolute ambition to see Wickham take on Reading in an actual competitive league game. I cannot wait for it. It's an 8 o'clock kickoff at the Matchday Stadium tonight. We'll keep you busy until kickoff. We've got loads going on, and let's get going with some football. It is a football show after all. So let's get highlights from what happened when Millwall came to Adams Park on Saturday.
Since expectations certainly growing in southeast London. Millwall on the road though this afternoon. Wickham searching for that afternoon, that right result. Biakowski in real trouble here, and there's a goal for Wickham. Scott Kashket scoring Wycombe Wanderers' first ever championship goal. A horror moment for Bartosz Biakowski, the goalkeeper. But it's Kashket and Wickham absolutely delighted. An historic moment, pressing the keeper, gets it caught under his feet, and there's Kashket. 1-0 Wickham, the goal they've been waiting for. It's dreadful, isn't it, from the keeper? Kashket profiting, 1-0 Wickham. Jed Wallace to deal with as he breaks down the right-hand side. Delivery in towards Smith as he brought down. Penalty given. Andy Madley quick to point to the spot, not giving Millwall a spot kick in the first half. Quick to give them a penalty in the second, though. Wallace with the delivery. Grimmer clambering on the back of Matt Smith. Naive defending. And now from the spot, Jed Wallace has the opportunity for parity as he drives it past Allsop to make it 1-1 at Adams Park. Jacobson to swing it straight in. Joe Jacobson, no, disallowed for a foul on the goalkeeper. He's done this before, Joe Jacobson, club servant and captain, scoring direct from the corner. The referee, assistant referee, saying Biakowski fouled in the build-up. Let's take a look at it. I don't see anything. A big moment, not going the way of Wycombe Wanderers. Romeo again, found by Wallace down this right-hand side. Green and white shirts to aim for. It's Smith, a little cushion down for Ryan Leonard. Beautiful! What a goal from Ryan Leonard and Millwall. A goal good enough to win any game in the Sky Bet Championship. Wycombe's woes continue. Smith with the flick down. Leonard, the technique is brilliant as he picks it, postage stamp in that top corner. Allsop no chance. Millwall have turned it around at Adams Park. 2-1 in front.
I don't know what all the fuss is about, really. Shirt pulls, glove pulls aplenty. I mean, come on. Yeah, not quite got over that, I'll be honest, and it's been 3 days. You did manage to see the actual goal that did count, though. Not just that, our first ever goal in the championship. And what a worldie, come on! We caught up with Scott Kashket, who took us through the match.
Scott, thanks for coming down to talk to us. We had to talk to you about a landmark moment. Talk us through that first goal on Saturday against Millwall.
So the gaffer wanted us to press them, and the ball was going back to the keeper, and it was one of them. I was like, I don't want to run after it, but just make him go long. Done it. I'm thinking I'm going to get there. The keeper's crying for me, and I was like, oh no. Turned around, he's stuck on his feet, tried my luck, and it paid off.
I'm sure everybody in the changing room was desperate to score that first goal, for two reasons. One, to break, the drought that we've had so far this season, but also it is a historic goal for Wycombe Wanderers and it's your name on it.
Oh yeah, so the gaffer mentioned that, who's going to be the quiz question. But to me, I was thinking after the first couple of games, just hoping we hadn't scored a goal, we need something, a positive note in the changing room. And when I got the goal, it was that I feel like a weight lifted off the team's shoulders. We can score in this league. And I'm sure there'll be many more to come, not just from myself, but from all the other players.
I know it's now bittersweet looking back on it because we lost the game, but did you and the boys feel there were enough positives to take from it?
Yeah, so this game, I felt like I was unlucky not to get anything from the game, as from a couple of the others. But every game there's more positives to take, and I'm just looking on to the game tomorrow. So hopefully we can take the good bits of that game, add it onto this game and a couple more. And I think the first one is just round the corner.
Yeah, there are some big names coming up to play against, but any feeling of kind of being overawed at this level now have been put aside, haven't they? You've shown you in many games that you can compete at this level, and hopefully that turning point is just round the corner.
Exactly, they're in this league for a reason, we're in this league for a reason, so why can't we beat them? But my thing is, whoever we're playing, to think of it as an FA Cup game. Like in a one-off game, anyone can win. So people are like, we've got this team. Okay, if we're the FA Cup game, we'll be thinking, why can't we go through? So it's, why can't we beat Reading on Tuesday? Then who's our next game after that?
Norwich on Saturday.
Norwich Saturday, and then so on. So I feel like once we get our first win, it's just going to follow up like dominoes, knock-on effect.
And this is the first time we've spoken to you since that night at Wembley. Talk us through your recollections from those playoffs culminating in that achievement in winning promotion, having come from where you've come from in your career.
So my thing was, we had the playoffs. I come in from my ban, and my thing was that keep fit. If I play, do well, but the aim was go up. And obviously I wanted to play, score a win, but that feeling when we won, you felt like you scored the winner. So it was like, I was over the moon for myself, for the boys, everyone involved at Wickham. And then it was from then on, to be honest, I think first 2 weeks I was like enjoying myself, like eat what I want, put on a bit of weight, but then after that I was like get my head down, we've got a new season ahead, and I don't want to finish this season and be thinking, oh, what if? So now it's got to be sacrifice everything I can for this year.
And I'm sure when you were out in the cold at Leighton Orient, you never thought a few years later you'd be playing in the Championship.
I did, but yeah, but no, football is a very short game. It can change in a heartbeat. So it was a hard time for me there, and still very thankful to the gaffer for taking the chance on me. And his plan was a couple of years go up, and then through the new process, I think, I don't know what it was, how many years they wanted to go up, but we done it in 2. So stay up this year, and if we can repeat that again, but I'm just very thankful to the gaffer, as if he didn't take me, I don't know where I'll be now.
Thank you so much to Scott Kashket for sitting down well, standing up and taking us through the game on Saturday. Speaking of legendary Wycombe strikers, we caught up with another one, Nathan Tyson, who has also turned out in the blue and white stripes of the Royals. He's played for the Chairboys across 2 spells, was our record league scorer until 6 months ago. He was overtaken by Bayo in the game before lockdown. Tyson scored 53 goals for the Chairboys, and we had a chat to him before tonight's game.
So it's Wickham versus Reading, and we could have spoken to a whole number of guests, James Harper, Keith Scott, Nicholas Bignell, Simon Church, Graham Potter, but of course there's only one man for the job to reminisce about times with both the Chairboys and the Royals, and I'm delighted to be joined by Nathan Tyson. Tice, how are things going?
Yeah, I'm all good, thank you. All good. Just enjoying back playing football, but obviously it's a bit depressing with no fans there. But yeah, it is what it is. We're just enjoying the moment.
Yeah, we last spoke on the Chairboys Live during lockdown. I think we had some of the old brigade on, reminiscing about promotion back in 2018. We were looking forward to the playoffs then, and amazing to think then that we couldn't have predicted what was to come. Wycombe Wanderers making it to the Championship. I know you'll have been watching those games, cheering the boys on, and they got over the line.
Yeah, definitely I was. I messaged them. I even messaged Gareth as well, and just saying just how proud I am of them personally, because I always thought that Wickham could always get up in at least into the Championship, because just the belief that they have. Obviously, my time there, seeing how it was and how everything all worked out, how the changing room was, how the manager works and everything. It was just, I wasn't surprised. People were texting me saying, "Oh, wow, look at Wickham, look at Wickham." I'm not surprised. Like they earned it. They've earned that position in the championship. Sorry, that place in the championship. And yeah, it's been a fantastic journey to watch.
Obviously, a lot of the players still there that were there during your time. And I don't know if you saw, Tice, back in February, your goal scoring record for the club eclipsed by the big man. 54 goals, overtaking your record over 2 spells. I'm sure you're pleased for him, but also a little bit gutted to be bumped down to number 2.
No, do you know what? I messaged him when he was getting close to it, and I said that, I want you to break it. If there was anyone out there that I thought who really did deserve it, I thought it would be him. I thought Bayo's been absolutely fantastic for the club, not just with his goals, but his persona in and around the changing room and the club. He's an icon, to be honest, and to come second behind him is an absolute honour, to be honest. And that record has stood for quite a while, even though I returned and added a little bit more to it. But to be honest, to come second to him is an honour, and even my name to be in a bit of the history books at Wickham for that period. I'm forever grateful for that. So, but I messaged him. I said, well done. You make sure you're knocking as many as you can now to make it last for even longer than what I held it for.
Let's go right back then to the start of your career then. We're talking about Reading versus Wickham. And of course, Reading is where it kind of started for you. And I remember you telling us once you were there in a changing room with Keith Scott, who was at the other end of his career. Obviously, another player who's played for Wickham and Reading. Take us through your early memories of growing up with Reading.
Do you know what? It was fantastic, really, because, I'm a Reading lad. I don't really want to say, well, obviously I'm a Reading fan as well, but, growing up there and putting on the Reading shirt was absolute honour for me, especially at my young age. And I play in the Reading area. I played with so many players that were loads better than me. And I always question, what was it about me that got that professional contract? And, I see the likes of certain players that I grew up with who that didn't make it. And but to play for my hometown club was an absolute honour, and not only that, to represent England and playing at the Matchday in that one international appearance I had to my name was an absolute honour. But it was just fantastic. I mean, I worked with Kevin Dillon was my youth team coach. He was absolutely fantastic, and when I finally hang my boots up, he'll be someone who I'll definitely get in contact with to say a huge thank you. And I worked with Brendan Rodgers at the time. He was just starting up, who's coaching. Stevie Keane, who obviously managed Blackburn and at Brunei. And Alan Pardue come on the scene, and he basically took me under his wing. And basically I made a few appearances under him, and also got my England call up. But then obviously he left, which kind of killed me, really. Steve Coppell come in, good manager, but he had his players in mind that he wanted to play, and it was fantastic. Really, I worked alongside like John Solarco, who was coaching me, Adi Williams, Phil Parkinson. I played with, they were winners, and it was fantastic to learn from that. And a lot of them played, past the age of 35 and stuff. So they were always my inspiration to try and play as long as I possibly can. So I learnt a lot, but obviously then coming to Wickham as well, I made my name fully, and it was a great start there.
Yeah, so your move to Wickham came at such a turbulent time for Wickham, really. Tony Adams had not long been in charge, and I think he had a remit to really overhaul the squad. It's quite an ageing squad, I think, that he'd inherited from Laurie Sanchez previously. And you came in and what a debut! But did you get injured, I think, in that game against Grimsby? Because we didn't see you again for a while.
Yeah, so that was one hell of a debut, and that, I think Luke Moore scored a hat trick, didn't he? I think. I did my medial, I tweaked it, and I remember going back to Reading, and then I was all right, because I think my next game was Blackpool at home, and I managed to play through that, but my knee was literally, sorry, I don't know if you can hear the Mrs. Sharon and Lennox. Yeah, so it was fantastic. I mean, to turn up there, I mean, you were bottom of the league, and I just thought to myself, look, I need to play football. That's what I've come here for, regardless of the league position, but I need to start making a name for myself. And it was a gamble, and a gamble that paid off in the end. I mean, Tony Adams was fantastic with me, but I think he lost some of the lads in the dressing room, to be honest. And then obviously the following season, we started off, then it changed to League 2, I think.
Yeah.
And then obviously Tony Adams left, and then John Gorman came in, which to this day, I think he got the best out of me. My confidence was sky high. I felt unstoppable. Scoring goals, getting hat tricks, stuff. And my confidence just went up, and that was just all because of him. Because he made me realise that football can be really, enjoyed, even in a professional environment. So it was good times, very good times. Just to show me just didn't get a promotion, but obviously I left before we got to the playoffs that year before I left, and that was gutting really. But I had to make the move, and I had to make the step up.
So where do your allegiances lie then? Tuesday night, Reading versus Wickham. Are you going to be watching the game?
I can't, because I'm away to Wellstone. So we've got a game. That game got postponed, so it's a fixture that we need to fill. So I would have loved to watch it. Matter of fact, I would have loved to actually been down at the Matchday to watch it. But it's a tough one. I think Reading has started off well, so I would like Wickham to win. Get the first points on. Maybe a draw. But no, to be honest, I do want Wickham to, obviously win the game. Reading got points to spare, and they're flying at the moment. I've caught a couple of their highlights and that, and I think they're a threat, especially going forward. But like I said, anything can happen. The teams are going to be thinking, it's only Wickham Wanderers and stuff like that. But that's, Wickham are the underdogs, and Wickham are very good at being underdogs, and they can achieve things far beyond their capabilities.
Well, we've got a few questions that came in from some fans once we let them know you were appearing on the show. The first one came from Tyrant asking, what's been your favourite goal? Let's do two. Let's do in your career, but also for Wickham.
Okay, so my favourite goals, my two against Germany when I played for England. That was just a fantastic night. And then the next one would be away to Manchester City in the FA Cup. I got a goal around there, so I was very, very happy with that one. But my favourite Wickham one is obviously when we got promoted. It was a nice little tap in. I don't think many people actually saw me actually get a nick onto it, but obviously away to Chesterfield, which is quite ironic, really. Getting that one there, I think that's definitely my favourite.
Tom Hancock wanted you to talk us through the goal at Luton, the second one, the assist from Gapey running through on that Tuesday night. The battle of the promotion contenders. That must have been a special one in front of the Wickham fans as well. It
definitely was. I was actually as I got played through, I was thinking, right, I'm just going to drive towards goal, and I looked up and I was just seeing if Bayo was there, and then the goalkeeper, I think he was trying to anticipate me to roll it across, but he kind of shuffled a little bit to the left, which opened up the near post, and I thought, I'm just going to slide this in near post, and but it all happened so quick, and it's quite remarkable how footballers will tell you that they have that split second, and that's just what happened, and then obviously to go and celebrate in front of the fans it gives me goosebumps to this day, and it was a great game. It was a really good game, and I definitely enjoyed it. Really enjoyed it.
Ben Graham has got a pretty divisive question. Who do you think was quicker, you or Jermaine McSporran?
Oh, Jermaine was rapid. He was rapid. I actually remember sitting in the stands at Reading as a young lad, and Wickham had come down to play Reading, and Jermaine McSporran absolutely tore. I don't want to say his name because he's actually a mate of mine, Graham Murphy. He tore him apart on the wing, and I'm thinking, who's this guy here? Like he's absolutely rapid. So it'll be a close call, but I will always say me.
Okay, well, I'm not going to disagree with you. Owen Butler has asked as well, who was the best player that you played with, both at Reading and at Wickham?
Oh, wow. It was a tough one. I mean, James Harper had all the at Reading, he technically very, very good player, very, very good player. And then you've got Stephen Sidwell, Nicky it's a tough one. Oh God, it's a tough one because both those teams at Reading we were overachieving because we got to the playoffs that year, so it was more of a team collective. But if I'm looking at technically, I'll probably say James Harper technically was probably the best player at that time. But yeah, it's a tough one. And the other one was with Wickham.
At Wickham, yeah, over your 2 spells.
Oh, wow. Well, obviously, I've got Blooms just because what he's done, what he's achieved at the club. Like, you don't play as long as he did, especially at one club, for as long as he has, and not be good at it because he's been absolutely fantastic. Trains the way he plays. Obviously, Bayo, I've never played with anyone like it. I've never seen anyone do what he does. He's probably the best in the world for what he does. And then obviously Eberici was. There's no surprise he's at Palace. It's no surprise that he's in the Premier League because that boy, he's got one hell of a future, that lad. So I can't narrow it down to one, but they're my favourites.
And then let's finish with a question off Instagram as well. Just your favourite moment at Wickham Wanderers?
Favourite moment was obviously the promotion all day. And then the following week after the promotion, the way we celebrated on the pitch in front of the home fans was just magical. And it was something that when I first came back, I wanted to, I said unfinished business. That is exactly what I wanted. The promotion there for the club. So for me, that was definitely my favourite moment.
Tyson, it's been so good catching up. Let's hope you get your point for each team at Tuesday night, Reading versus Wickham. Hope you get your 3 points down at Wealdstone. And hopefully by the time the Royals come to Adams Park later in the season, we might have some fans back in, and we'd love to have you along as a special guest. But for now, take care, all the best, and we'll speak again soon.
No worries, stay safe. See ya.
Now, don't get me wrong, I love Wickham, love the Chairboys. I love being lucky enough to watch our home games live. But I'm a little bit disappointed of coming away from games a little bit disappointed. So I thought we would hark back to happier times. Do you remember what happened 2 years ago today? Wickham, we were at home to Scunthorpe United. We were 2-0 down. We looked dead and buried. But Gareth Ainsworth's Wickham. We never say die.
Put out to the left wing early on here. Gets into the box, still going, gets past his man and scores! Scores after 21 seconds! But Gape wins it back in midfield. Thompson though is out-muscled by Ojo, skips his way through, and Humphries now is through on the left-hand side. Cuts back and then shoots and scores! And Humphries does get his goal. Wickham turning the screw here. Cowan Hall is a wall of red shirts in front of him. Onyedinma again on the left-hand side. Akinfenwa, nice little ball in field. Gape, edge of the box. Oh! What a fantastic strike from Dominic Gape. Wickham just would not give up that move. Scunthorpe were hemmed in, they couldn't clear, and Dominic Gape with an absolute beauty. Long ball forwards by Alsop. Chested down by Akinfenwa. Back to Onyedinma on the left flank, cuts inside, goes for a curler. What a goal! What a fantastic strike from Fred Onyedinma. Anything Dominic Gape could do, he can do better. That was a wonderful strike. Wickham at level here, back from 2-0 down, it's 2-2. Talk us through that one, Beanie.
Oh mate, what a goal. I think it's all come from a bit of a mistake from the centre-half there. I think my centre-half had to challenge Bayo. Too easy for Bayo to bring the ball down on his chest. Plays it out wide to Fred. Cuts inside and he's just bent it top bins. An excellent finish.
McCarthy with a slip now. Up boots away, and that's a big foul by Alsop. And this could be a red, is it? The referee's gone straight to his card. He's going away from goal. The red card is out. Alsop is off.
What are they talking about, honestly? How can that be a red card? He's kicked the ball off the pitch.
Goes back to Thompson, and then Jacobson brings it clear. Ricardo has made a big mistake, and Mikhail Smith is through on goal. He's inside the box and scores! Great Mikhail Smith has got the third goal for Wickham Wanderers. McArdle made a terrible mistake, and Craig Mikhail Smith did not make any error at all. And Wickham have gone back from 2 down, and they lead here at injury time 3-2 with 10 men.
Get in there!
And that is it for this week's first ever midweek Chairboys live/not live. Thank you so much for watching. The game kicks off 8 o'clock tonight at the Matchday Stadium. Make sure you've got your iFollow passes. It's a busy week though, hectic schedule. 3 games in 7 days. Thought I'd bring my boots. Give Gaz a little helping hand. Striker Simpson coming back. Come on, Chairboys!